Okay, going to call a Policy and Priorities Committee meeting to order for Monday, January 12th. Take approve of the agenda, please. Councillor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor, that the January 12th, 2026 Policies and Priorities Committee meeting agenda be adopted as presented.
Seconder, Councillor Jilek. All in favor? Carried. Adoption of the minutes for December 9th, 2025 Policies and Priorities Committee meeting minutes. Recommendation, please. Councillor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor, that the December 9th, 2025 Policies and Priorities Committee meeting minutes be adopted as presented.
Seconder, Councillor Jilek. Any errors or omissions from council? Councillor Bertrand.
I'm trying to remember if I was at this meeting. I don't see my name on here. I believe I was.
I believe you were too. It's probably just a miss. Scott?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not marked as absent or here, so if we can just go back to the video and peg him in. Any other errors or omissions from council? Anything from staff side?
No.
Thank you. Call the question. All in favor? Carried. Any business arising from the minutes? Council? Staff?
No.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to presentations and delegations. Mckayla Mawhinney. Mckayla Mawhinney is in attendance to present the Community Blood Drive Initiative to council. Welcome. Come right up to that desk there. And honestly, feel free. Don't be nervous or anything. We're pretty easy going. I know it's tough because you'll sit there and we're a little higher. Just remember, we're down here at the same level as you are, and we just appreciate you coming to council. We really, really do. I think that might, I have it on, so it might be, the battery might be done on it. Or not turned on, but the red light's on. No, it's got to be dead because it's not flashed on this side, Karen. No, it's not. No. And like I said to you earlier, we cleared the agenda just for you. I think it's very, very important of what your initiative is here. So you have as much time, in my opinion, as you want. There you go. And if you wouldn't mind just speaking into mic one so we can hear you, but anybody that's zooming in can also hear you. Just for people that are zooming in.
Oh, okay.
So they can hear you as well.
Awesome.
And the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, first I wanted to start off by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today and to speak to all of you. I'm here to ask for approval and support from Tumbler Ridge Council to organize a community blood drive. I'd be organizing it with Canadian Blood Services. I'm doing this for many different reasonings, personal reasonings, but also for my grade 12 capstone project. So first I'd start off with my personal motivation. So I live with a blood disorder myself, and I've had to go through many times in my life getting blood from others and been in emergency rooms many times. And I feel like this is my time to give back to everyone that's helped me. There's many different reasonings for why I think we would need this, like in many tragic accidents, childbirth, many different reasonings I've seen in my life and why, and blood disorders as well. And one pint can change one life. The power of a pint is what my goal is here. The blood donation is really important, and why it matters is because blood cannot be manufactured. It depends entirely all on volunteer donors. 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. So that is a huge thing, and donations support the emergency care, the surgeries, cancer treatments, chronic illnesses, and childbirth as well. This project will involve hosting a community blood drive in coordination with Canadian Blood Services. They would manage all the medical staffing, equipment, and donor screening, and all the safety protocols as well. The proposed date would be scheduled with Canadian Blood Services on when they would be able to come here, how I'd be able to work with them. The proposed location would be in a town facility, and the estimated donors would be 500 to 1,000 community members. The reasoning of the number being 500 is I've been talking and communicating with Canadian Blood Services, and the number they gave me to at least have is 500. So, okay. A strong turnout is successful for this blood drive. It is help meet the donor targets, so I'm exploring a broader outreach of participation from local industries like mines and the oil and gas industries as well, with the wind energy companies. As a grade 12 student, though, trying to do this, I've encountered a lot of roadblocks. One being working with Canadian Blood Services has been hard. And then another is I've been getting a lot of doubt as if someone my age can fully pull something this big off, which it is definitely a huge thing to be doing. So I do understand that, but that's why I'm coming to you guys to see if I can get support and proof of approval as well. My request to the town council is I respectfully request the following from the council is approval to use rooms 4 and 5 at the town facility for the blood drive, and then assistance with promotion and community involvement. So that'd be like posting the event on the District of Tumbler Ridge website, displaying the event on the community billboard, sharing the event just throughout the town in general, trying to get as much people as we can in involvement. Supporting with the other local businesses and organizations, and then guidance on any permits, policies, facility requirements. And then this goes now to how it will benefit the town. So it would strengthen the community engagement, demonstrate commitment to the public health, and highlights the youth leadership and responsibility. It encourages the collaboration with the town, the residents, and all the local industries and businesses as well, if I could get everyone together to help. And then it provides life-saving resources to the healthcare systems as well. So thank you for considering my proposal. With the town council's support, the blood drive can be successful and meaningful community event and potentially the first of many we can have. I welcome any questions or recommendations.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Did an awesome job. Did awesome. Good on you. It's great to see our youth come in and young adults come in, and, be honest, I have lots of questions, but I'm going to let council go first. But to see, Mckayla, for you to come in and be able to sit there and do that, totally appreciate it. Good on you. You did a great job, spoke well, you have all your information, you have your asks, which is really, really important. So I just want to take the time to thank you right at the beginning. Council will have some questions, or maybe they have some opinions or whatever, and then at the end there, I have some questions for you. But just so you know, because in front of delegations, we don't make decisions. That's kind of like a policy, and it doesn't mean that council can't waive a policy.
Yeah, for sure.
Councillor Julik.
Hi, Mckayla. What a great idea. I think that to put something like this together and that you have an awareness is really great. I used to donate in Grand Prairie when they had the mobile blood drives, and they've taken those away. So whenever I get out into the big centers, it's something that I can do. And I think if Canadian Blood Services were to be able to accommodate this, I think it's great, because I think then everybody has an option or has the ability and can figure that out. It feels good to be able to do it, and to hear your story is really great too. So I'm glad that you're taking this on. I hope your capstone mark does not count on whether or not you are successful with Canadian Blood Services, because I agree with you there. I think that's going to be your biggest hurdle. In the meantime, I know that I would support this like as strongly as I could possibly support anything that's ever come to council. I think it's a really great idea, and I would be totally game to help you even behind the scenes or something. You could ask Mrs. Sieber or Mrs. Pilgrim for my contact information, or Mr. Bertrand, to just get the information out there. I think it's amazing what you're doing, and thanks. As Mayor Kauka said, it's pretty cool that this is the thing that you've chosen to do, and it takes a lot of it's hard sometimes to get up in front of everybody. So kudos to you, and I'm hoping all the very best things for you.
Thank you.
Councilor Norbury?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll echo what the mayor said, and I think he did a great job. It is a very hard thing to come into these chambers and make a presentation. I've been on this side of the table for almost 8 years, and I still get nervous speaking to elected officials. So you did a great job. Thank you. I think this is an amazing thing, something that I haven't seen in Tumbler Ridge, and it's going to be successful. You will be successful, no matter what people have to say. Yeah, I think you're on the right track in regards to getting industry involved as well. I mean, if we could host something locally and at the same time they can encourage it amongst their employees, maybe they can team up with Canadian Blood Services to do a site visit as well. There, you know, if you need any help contacting, you know, Kanuma, Mekayla Wind, Capital Energy, I'm happy to help to do that on your behalf as well. So if you need some assistance, please let me know. Mayor's probably the better option there. You know, they listen to the mayor a little bit more than councillors or residents, but I'm happy to help you in any way I can. If it's okay, Mayor, I'd like to waive our policy.
Let's go through your discussion. I'll come back to you. Thank you for that. Councillor Hoffman?
Thank you, Mayor, and I guess you can get that kudos every time, but good on you. As far as naysayers go, just ignore it. You already have support. You're going to get some more support. I can't imagine you're not going to have more than enough support to get this done. My question was really going to be is how do you know at this stage how young a donor can be? Parental permission for teenagers, is that a possibility or not? And if you don't know, that's fine at this stage. I'm already in my head trying to get you to the 500 number.
So I have been talking to Canadian Blood Services a bit, and they said what they, like, we can still talk about it more, but anyone 16 and older.
Okay, so I'm going to make a bold prediction and assume you're going to have support at some point. But when you get that, you have the room and you have it, start. Start talking, start building your enthusiasm, share it, and people will be waiting for it. And when that day comes, it's very likely to be more successful, like closer to the 1,000 number than the 500 number. Yeah, there's going to be some people scared of needles, but I cannot see this not doing well. If we have a 3-month lead that we can build up and just, you know, get rid of this weather maybe would be a helpful thing. So you started, that's actually the hardest part. Just keep going, and I look forward to seeing the success.
Thank you. Councilor Bertrand?
Thank you, Mayor. Excuse me. Thank you very much, Mckayla, for coming in today, and thank you for wanting to give back to Tumbler Ridge. It's really nice to see a young student wanting to give back like that. I'm curious to know on the Canadian Blood Services portion as far as 500 minimum, do we need to have a sign-up sheet?
So I don't fully know for sure. I do have another meeting with them. I think it's next week, so those are definitely questions that I will definitely add in as well. I think right now, since we're still kind of in like the planning stage almost, it's because I told them like I will be going to council, and I think they're more just giving a guess of a number, but I will definitely make sure to ask.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I'm just curious because, you know, we can say, yeah, we're going to have 500 or 1,000 people, but if 200 show up, then it's a fail kind of thing. So I'm just wondering if we need to prove that we're going to have that 500, maybe possibly a sign-up sheet. I'm also wondering if it's possible, if we are low on numbers, if there's any idea of possibly reaching out to other communities, Chetwynd, West Moberly, Soto, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I did talk to Canadian Blood Services about that as well, and they said that they think that's a great idea. But first, I wanted to start local before anything, just because it's a hometown to me and where I've gotten a lot of support so far. So, but then definitely, if I'm struggling for numbers, I will go into other.
Awesome. And just one other company that I think you should consider is CNRL. They've been a longstanding company in our community, and they do have quite a few employees between Chetwynd and Tumbler Ridge as well, and I'm sure they'd be happy to participate as well. So thank you very much. You did a very good job. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Councillor Julik?
I had one more thought as Councillor Bertrand was talking. We could possibly even find a bus that would bring in folks from other communities. If we could maybe find a sponsor for that, for the numbers or whatever as well. Yeah, because I think it's a great initiative, and the employee stuff as well. My sister did it in Calgary all the time. They had competitions. So that's something to think about, is have a competition with the different companies to see how many people they can get signed up, because everybody likes to win.
For sure, thank you.
Any other questions by council? Okay, I have a few for you.
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, and feel free to, but my understanding is right now, if I want to give blood in BC, it used to be I could go to Prince George, but now it's Kelowna or Vancouver to give blood anywhere in the province of BC. Are you aware of that, or could you answer that?
Yeah, so the lady, the recruitment, I guess you would call it, that I was talking to was Kelowna, but that's where she's from. But she said that they have like buses, they have their own bus, and that they have done trips before where they go out to other communities, but they would do probably like a full weekend stay, so it would go through at least 3 or 4 days of doing it.
Okay. Yeah, so like right now, if anybody wanted to give blood, like if I wanted to, or anybody in council, or any resident, right now we have to go to Kelowna
Yeah,
or Vancouver. And what you're looking at doing is bringing that here.
yeah,
And your maximum or your minimum is 500?
yeah.
What's your maximum?
Was never given a number.
Okay. And the reason I say that, this has been brought up lots at the PRD. And I'm glad it's a youth that's bringing it forward. You know, we talk about it. How do we do it? And you're going to do it. Like, you're not going to have an issue with 500. I'd be curious if there's a maximum, because I believe, like, and I'll be honest, there's lots of media outlets that I'm connected with. I'll be honest, they're probably watching again tonight. They're probably going to call you. They're going to. This is going to go. This is going to be through on CBC and all that within the region, Moose FM. Like, those people watch our meetings, and they're going to reach out to you, because I think this is, you know, I know you, and I'm glad and very excited that you're doing it in Tumbler Ridge. I don't think you have a problem with the 500 minimum. I don't know. That's why I'd be curious of a maximum, because I think there's so many people that do want to give blood, but to go to Kelowna right now or to Vancouver might not be the easiest thing unless you're already going there for something else. So I think you're going to succeed, and don't listen to the people that say you're not. I think you're going to. That number is nothing. You're going to hit that in no time. So I appreciate that, and that's why that was one of my questions. Just curious on that. The other question I have for you: are you accountable to the Canadian Blood Services for anything else? So yes, they're going to come here. It sounds like, you have to have a space, some advertising for some support from promotional stuff. But are you accountable for anything else in regards to, like, I know previously when I used to give blood in Alberta, you always get juice and a treat. Is that supplied by them, or is that something that, as you work through this, you may have to do?
From how I was, like, my understanding, at least from how I was talking to them, is that it would probably be under me. And that was kind of my plan with, like, the companies as well, and, like, reaching out to Canoe Coal and Miko Wind and even you guys as well, is just to see if I can get some type of help with that as well. Because, yeah, to have it, you need, like, juice and cookies and to keep your blood sugars up and everything going. So that is something that I'm going to keep talking to them as well about, and it did get brought up, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and I appreciate that. I don't think you have a problem with that either. Whether that's with the companies that you reach out to or other businesses within the community, I totally support that. In my opinion, we're starting the budget process, and this may be after a budget or whatever, but council always has a budget of funds even after the budget is passed. So if you're short on something like that, you need to come back, because there could be funds that council can give you or waive you, as long as you meet certain criteria, which I'd have to make sure staff is aware of it. The other question, Mckayla, I'd have for you, seems like to me, and I mentioned it right at the beginning, or after you'd given the presentation, that Norman Council does not make decisions on the night of the delegation. But to me, just listening to your comments, knowing a date would make it easier for you to start this planning process as you work through it with Canadian Blood Services. Would that not be correct?
Yeah,
The sooner you knew?
I think so. Like, I do think that's what it is, and even like, I know I've mentioned it a lot, but working with Canadian Blood Services has been a really big pain. And yeah, it's been like really hard trying to work with them. So I have like asked for dates, and the kind of where we've came from is, and this was also my own like opinion as well, is it'll probably be not till later now, so maybe like May or June, but we're still trying to figure out like a dead date, because that would be ideal. So then I could start actually giving people, like right now it's just kind of up in the air and it's just a planning process, but I would like it as something where it's set, saying like, yeah, we are having a blood drive, then can you like help or donate blood, like kind of set in stone type of thing. But
Okay, no, I appreciate that. Councillor Norbury. I cut you off earlier.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to waive the policy. So I'm going to motion to waive policy making decisions during a delegation and grant the request from Mckayla Mawhinney outlined in her delegation request paperwork.
Thanks. Before I get a seconder, Mrs. Scott.
I just want to clarify, this isn't a policy, it's a bylaw.
Okay.
But the bylaw does allow, it says that council shall not act on a request or consider submissions made by a delegation or petition until at least the next regular meeting, unless consent by unanimous resolution is given to consider the matter. So you can, I just want to make a clarification,
Okay.
it's not a policy.
Okay, appreciate that. I didn't know it was a bylaw. I thought it was a policy. So it's good to know. Do you want to change it? We're just looking for consent. All we need is full council support.
I'll make a motion to grant the request from Mckayla Mawhinney outlined in her delegation request paperwork.
Okay, take a seconder. Councillor Bertrand. Any discussion in regards to that? Councillor Hoffman.
Thank you, Mayor. I see the enthusiasm, don't have any problem with that. Guess I'll ask you, Mckayla, is there other information or other considerations that you would want to have in place before you got this, this support right now? Because from what I heard earlier, you're talking about yet another meeting scheduled with them in a week. And I'm not sure if you're going to get any answers, any other things there that you might want to include in the next round. I'm not worried about support for this, like whether we wait a little while. We have regular meetings twice a month. So I appreciate the enthusiasm, I share it, but I just want to make sure it's the right move for where you are right now.
yeah, I think so. Like, I will definitely keep it updated on how everything goes with the Canadian Blood Services in the meetings, and I'm gonna try to talk to, I don't know, like the other, I'm gonna see, because I've already switched to one different person in the Canadian Blood Service, because they're like, I think their main, I don't really know how it works, but I think it's main like recruitments, I guess you would talk to, and I've switched one already, and I'm trying to switch to another one just for someone to kind of see where I'm coming from, but I think for now it'd be pretty good.
Councillor Hoffman, let's make a comment, and not that I like to do it in front of a delegation, but I think this, if council will support the motion that Councillor Norbury put on the floor, I think this actually will assist her. Because she already knows that if, like, this is just to have a discussion about it. So we're not giving it to her. We're going to discuss it after this motion's on, because that's how it has to happen. But she would know that she has room 4 and 5 if council decides that, and promotional support in regards to, our website. She mentioned the signboard at the community center. So I think it'll assist her with the next meeting. She's already got some brick and mortar to have the location for them and stuff like that. I think that's why, I kind of, I didn't realize, and I appreciate staff saying it was a bylaw, but right at the beginning, and that normally we don't make a decision, I was already looking at Councilor Norbury for somebody to write up a motion, because I think it's important for her to be able to plan this and be able to get it out in front of them, that she already has locations for them.
And I do understand that, Mayor. That's why I'm actually looking for the extra. Like, if we put some money towards it right now, and that's just another sort of step towards it. And that's why I wasn't sure if having that information and having that in hand is even a bigger step. Because if you don't need to supply those things, then okay, that's fine. But if you do, here's a small commitment already that we're already on board with that sort of thing. That's more where I was coming from. The ammunition, I want the full I want the magazine full. I don't want just a couple of shots if we can do more. And that's where that was coming from. As I said, I see the enthusiasm. I'm with it. I just pump the brakes a little bit. Like, do we have everything that we would want in there for this to happen? That's it. So as I said, from the beginning, fully support.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Okay, can I call the question on this? All in favor? Carried. So now this is going to be up for discussion, so I'm not sure if you have any more things to say. So this will be added, we're going to have a discussion. I mean, I'm fine if you want to sit a delegation while we discuss it, in case we have other questions.
Sure.
Okay, you're good with that? Okay, so we'll put it on the floor if you want to put on the floor that what we're giving, and that's in regards to room 4 and 5, and the promotional support and so on. Councilor Norbury?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to motion that we support Mckayla Mawhinney in her requests with the Canadian Blood Services for rooms 4 and 5 to host a facility blood drive, assistance with promotion and community involvement, including posting event information on the District of Tumbler Ridge website, displaying the event on the community billboard, sharing the event through our town communication channels, support in connecting with larger organizations or businesses, and guidance on permits, policies, or facility requirements.
Thank you. Seconder, Councilor Julik. Discussion. Councilor Julik.
Yeah, like I said, I'm totally in favor of that, and I just want to make sure that Mckayla knows that that doesn't mean that's the last that you can come and ask for support on. I imagine Northern Health will probably be one of the hurdles you have to go through as well. But yeah, anything you need on behalf of council, I can tell Mayor Krakauka is super excited after he gets paid by Councillor Hoffman for having his phone ring during a meeting. But he's definitely a great person to reach out to. And then, like I said, my name for sure, or like if you want to get my contact info, and you've got some great supporters here from school for you. And yeah, just because I think it would be great for your project and for the whole community. So I quite believe this will pass, and but I want to make sure that you're aware that doesn't mean you can't come to us for anything else.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think that's important to say. And, you know, I did mention at the thing, like, if something happens, you're a little shy on money for treats. It sounds like you'll have to supply it. Just reach it back out through staff. You know, you can also reach out to our staff, like Miss Scott. I can only direct you to Miss Scott. But if you're not sure of something, you need some more communication, if this is the past, and you still just want a pulse, and feel free to reach out to Miss Scott. She's very quick at responding. She'll probably guide you if there is something that you have to come back in front of council. She'd probably guide you that route. But I fully support the motion that Councilor Norbury's put on the floor. I've been on council for 12 years. I've never seen this done in regards to making a decision during a delegation. In 12 years of being at the meeting, maybe it's happened when I'm not available to sign in via Zoom, and back then we weren't even allowed to Zoom. But you don't see this very often, Mckayla, and I think what you're doing for the community and the residents, but also for any individual that needs blood, it is so important. You mentioned your own story, and you know there's lots of stories like that, and there's lots of stories too that people's surgeries get held up waiting for blood to come from Vancouver because we don't have the right blood in the east. In the northeast, sorry. So I think it's really important what you're doing. And like I said, I fully support you. If I can do anything for you as the mayor, 100% call me. Miss Scott, I'll make sure you have my mayor's phone number as well as my personal. But you can also reach out to me at my own business as well. I think what you're doing is outstanding. So, any other discussion by council? Okay, can I call the motion? All in favor? Carried. Since you're still at the delegation, is there anything else council would like to ask or comment in regards to the delegation? I am going to start you off. I'm going to give you one of my pays as a mayor to help you. So I will get that to you in a check form, but I will support you with one payroll check. Wow. I don't know what it is. I honestly, I don't look. So that's what I'll do as the mayor. I'll donate one of my pay periods to your cause.
Wow, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh my gosh.
All right, moving on for adjournment. Councillor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor, that the Monday, January 12th Policies and Priorities Committee meeting be adjourned.
Seconder, Councillor Hoffman. All in favor? Carried.